But I first want to introduce you to a really impressive young woman that I met about a month ago named Sayra Alanis, who's going to talk to you all. So Sayra, come on out.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sayra Alanis, and I'm a recent graduate of Rice University, where I got a degree in Spanish and Portuguese and the study of women, gender, and sexuality. I'm originally from Los Fresnos, Texas, which is a small town on the border with Mexico. It is a great pleasure to be here today to introduce a series of videos that you'll be seeing throughout the day. This summer, video journalists from the New York Times spent the day interviewing participants in an organization that changed the course of my life. Leadership Enterprise for a Diverse America, or Leda for short, is a nonprofit organization that helps our nation's most talented young leaders gain admissions to and succeed in top colleges. Every year, Leda recruits 100 high school juniors from across the country, many of whom come from areas where students never think of leaving home to attend college. This year's cohort came from 36 states, all racial and ethnic backgrounds, and had an average family income of less than $34,000 a year. Leda scholars participate in a 7-week summer institute held at Princeton University, where they prepare for the college application process and the social and academic challenges that come with matriculating into a highly selective institution. The experience is nothing short of transformative. After the summer institute, Leda continues to support the scholar with every single college application and helps with the transition to and through college. When I participated in Leda Summer Institute, things started to change for me. I no longer wanted to stay in South Texas. I started to question many of my previous beliefs, and I realized that even amongst the underprivileged smart kids, I was really far behind and had a lot to learn. Determined to succeed, I matriculated at Rice University a year later, beginning the best and most challenging 4 years of my life. The severe disorientation I felt as I tried to navigate such a foreign space was really painful, but it was also very valuable. Once I graduated from college, I realized that I only had one goal set in mind, and that was to help our nation's low-income students reach their potential. A week and a half ago, I actually left Texas and moved to New York City, where I now work for Leda full-time, doing exactly what I set out to do. Thank you. Throughout today's conference, you will be hearing the stories of several Leda scholars, with both challenges and aspirations very diverse and both very similar to mine. We all know what it's like to experience the severe anguish that comes with having to tell our friends that we can't go out on a Friday night because we can't afford it. We all know what it's like to question whether we belong in college because we need help on a homework assignment. Leda and people like you know what it's like to help us, to be there to support us, and you give us the will to succeed, and you give us the tools that we weren't born into. And for that, I will be forever grateful. Thank you.
I was originally born in Hamamatsu, Japan.
The fifth of 12 children.
We were really close. I didn't know that I was supposed to have friends outside my siblings because we hung out that much.
Both of my parents came here in 1999 from Ethiopia, and in Ethiopia they did agricultural work.
There's been many times where we've struggled putting food on the table and stuff like that.
My sister's been a really big role model in my life because she didn't have anyone to look up to. My parents didn't know anything about college, they didn't know anything about high school.
My aunt, she graduated high school, and that's the furthest anybody's ever gone in my family in Mexico.
My parents always tell me that I have 5 choices: the Army, the Air Force, the Navy, the Marines, or college.
Military recruiters basically lived in my high school. They were there every day. They ate lunch with us. They presented to us all the time. I don't know how many times I saw presentations on the Navy and the Army, et cetera, et cetera.
My school is more of a football school, so we don't focus on academics, we focus on athletics. And so much of our resources and concentration go into athletics instead of academics.
There's a lot of teacher support. You know, the teachers are like, okay, we're gonna come out to the games, and before tests, they'll be like, okay, remember the game, and I'm like, we gotta take a test. Why are we talking about the games?
I believe about 40% of our high school ends up going to college, whether it be community college, but very few go to highly selective universities.
The most challenging part, I think, about college is the financial situation that my family's in.
Not feeling like an outsider, even though you might be integrated in clubs and even in your classes.
My missing of my family and not being there to, help support my mom or feeling away.
I can imagine 4 years of just being immersed in intellectual conversation in an atmosphere where students actually want to learn and don't want to stop.
It's pretty crazy to think I'm considering MIT, Stanford,
Harvard, Columbia, and Penn.
WashU and Yale.
Vassar and like Carleton, like Oberlin, McAllister.
What else? Princeton, of course.